Hey there. Hey there, Leos. How are you doing today? It's your Oracle Medicine here, and I am here to divine the word of the spirits to you for the week of January 29th through February 4th. So the Sunday to Saturday of that week. And I will say, if you haven't noticed, I was told to expand my spread to a 4-card spread instead of a 3-card. So we're expanding now. Expanding on what's kind of going on throughout the week. And so I certainly hope that this helps for the greatest, most benevolent outcome of all my Leos that are going to be listening in and coming in. And yeah. So we'll begin towards the beginning of the week here. I start out with the 9 of Cups. Okay. I'm starting out with the 9 of Cups, and it is in reverse. So I'm seeing that there has been a lot of emotional power, if you will, that is falling away. This is a time of kind of developmental emotional power that's kind of fallen away. A lot of it. This was something that was very much developed over time in, in a stage of your life that you're currently in now. And we get towards the end of this developmental stage, and it seems like it's now falling away, that emotional power is dried now, and the fishes have gone, and all that energy, all that power is now drained, if you will. That emotional power is now drained, is what I'm seeing with this card. And all of the creatures that have kind of gone in and assisted with this. So this is turning out to be starting kind of on an emotional level, and then going into the High Priestess. So it seems like this drainage of emotion could be causing one to seek some sort of intuitive guidance, to be causing someone to really listen in on their intuition, really listen in with their guides. Perhaps they've just gotten, I'm hearing that one is getting numb. It's like, I got nothing left but to sit and listen to my guides. And so you go to get some insights, you go to get some assistance, some intuitive insights to kind of what's going on in your world this week, is what I'm seeing. And you're kind of taking yourself into this, and this is coming out kind of like a new thing, if you will. There's a newness to this. Because the High Priestess generally comes at a very new time where one doesn't necessarily know what is going on. They don't necessarily know where they're supposed to focus their attention. And so this is kind of like this drainage of power and energy is causing, in the 9 of Cups, is causing you to kind of, you're like feeling like you're back at square one again, Leos. It's like, I'm back at square one now, and I'm not sure which way to go and what steps to take, and I need some insights here. And so I'm going to get in touch with the High Priestess. I'm going to get in touch with the world, with the other worlds again, my intuition, my spirit, those other worlds out there, if you will, again, to try and figure this out. Okay, it's kind of like we're starting back over again, almost, with the High Priestess here. Okay? And that's kind of happening as we get towards the middle of the week. And then we're transitioning, and this is another transitional time. And I get the Judgment card. And so I'm getting that the part of the reason why things seem so kind of there's this drainage of energy going on. There's this drainage of emotional power. This intuitive power just kind of has come to kind of a drain. It's kind of being blocked right now is because there are still some things that one is unwilling to let go of. There's still some things there that we're clinging on to that we have not let go of. And in order for us to reach that next step in our process, we need to allow ourselves to let go. And I'm also getting for some of you that there might be kind of this loss there. I don't know what I'm supposed to let go of. I don't know what I'm supposed to let go of. What is it that I'm missing here? You know, it's almost like this was kind of blindsided. It's almost like you just you didn't expect this coming at all, you know. Search your feelings here. Search your feelings and go back, look back at your relationships, look back at your dreams, look back at your look back at your relationships, your romantic life, your dreams. Look back at those and see if you can find anything in there that might help you. What are you still hung up on right now? There's some things there that you are still hung up on that you're not willing to let go of, that's causing this drainage of emotional and intuitive energy to happen. You know, there's still some things there, and I'm also getting that perhaps through the High Priestess is kind of here to show you what it is that you're hung up on. So the High Priestess is kind of coming out to say, I'm going to show you where there's still some stagnant energy going on right now. I'm going to show you where that is. And towards the middle of the week, you kind of get this through your intuitive experience. You get this aha moment where it's like, I am still hung up on this. I have not let this go. I have not let this go. I have not put it behind me. I'm still hung up on it. And maybe for some of you, there might be that time where you feel like you need to kind of really reflect on why that is you haven't let go, so that that energy can not be stagnant anymore and can actually move forward in a healthy, positive way. It's kind of what I'm getting so far with these three. Now, if I turn this one over, I got the 2 of Cups. So is there a relationship there? Is there not even necessarily a relationship, but perhaps a new attraction there that had started? Is there some regretful feelings there for some of you? Is there a person in your life, or that was in your life, maybe even sometime in the fall, okay, of last year, that perhaps was in your life, you know, sometime maybe during the fall, or maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after, perhaps, where it's kind of like you're remembering this person, you're thinking about them. For some of you, you're getting hung up on that feeling of, why didn't I pursue this relationship? Why was this energy blocked with me? Why was this relationship blocked? It should have happened. We had instant connection, instant attraction, and it didn't happen. What happened so that it wouldn't happen? These kind of like, I'm hearing these questions start to come up in my head. What happened so that it wouldn't happen, so that it didn't happen? We're kind of getting hung up on that right now, it seems like. This is the kind of story that I'm seeing. That one is absolutely stressed and depressed even, because it was like an opportunity missed on a relationship, a romantic level there. You know, For some of you, there might even be someone towards the end of the week, where uh, you should have, you should have this connection, that you meet them and you should have this connection, and you don't have the connection, and why it's not there, who knows? So for some of you, that might be going on with the Two of Cups here. But I'm really strongly getting the story of, I'm depressed. I've gotten so far in my life that I am depressed. I'm feeling very hopeless right now. I'm feeling very bittersweet right now. I'm feeling very hopeless. Feeling very lost, and kind of I am going and getting insights from the High Priestess, and I need some insights right now. I need some assistance right now. I need to know where I went wrong. And going in there, getting that insight, getting that intuitive self, it's like all of a sudden towards the middle of the week, I'm seeing what it is I hang on to now. There's something that I've been hanging on to, and the High Priestess finally is showing me, this is what you're hanging on to. This is what you're holding on to. I've been hung up, and I feel like it has to do with someone, a new connection that you made sometime a while back, okay? Not very, very long ago for some of you, but sometime a while back, where you're thinking about that relationship now. You're thinking about what that could have been now. You're thinking about what that could have been like now, but how it's not that now, because for some reason, it did not continue. It manifested, but it did not grow. It didn't move forward from that day or those couple of days. It just didn't move forward. And there's now this energy of like going back and having regrets there, and kind of getting so hung up on it that it's causing one to be very stressed, very depressed, very sad. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. I want you to be aware that this is kind of what's going to be going on. Kind of if you're getting this towards the beginning of your week, I would definitely ask myself, is there someone in my past that I've been holding on, that that I wish that I would have been with, that I'm not with? Is there someone in my past that's like that I wish that I could have been with, that I'm not with? And how do you heal the wounds? How do you heal the fact that you're not with this person? How do you heal that? How do you move forward now in the present? Because you can't go back and change the past. As far as in the physical here and now reality, in your physical reality, in your physical plane, what was done, and it's totally understandable that it still hurts, especially when you get yourself in a very lonely place and realizing that you don't have the kind of companionship that you wish you would have had. But grieve about that, feel bad about that. If there's still some grieving there that needed to happen that has not happened, allow that to happen for yourselves, Leo, and then bring yourself forward into the now and the present. So go through the steps, go back into that, sit with that emotion, sit with those feelings, but sit with them in the intention of healing through them. That's the intention here. Allow yourself to feel and be present with whatever is present with you. Bring it forward and into the now. Is kind of what I'm hearing. Okay? So bring it forward within the now. And I feel like the Dragonfae have something to give to you. The Time Guardian. You have time. And I'm going to show this. I'm going to show you a closer up picture. I hope you can see this very clearly. You have time. Here's the Time Guardian. It's a beautiful purple and bronze dragon holding up, what is that? Like a little tree. You have time. the Time Guardian has to say. And that's very important to understand and to know for oneself. I'm actually going to go in because I am still very new to the Dragonfae nation, and I would love to know what they have to say from the booklet. It's just so inspirational. I love this book. The Time Guardian speaks. The feelings you have of time contracting and expanding are real insights, not simply your imagination. Time is a living dimensional being whose powers include the ability to devote more time to those of us who require it, and for time to speed up or slow down when it may be necessary to. It is in this way that we are able to divine and travel through the threads and weavings of time and move forward into seeing our future. In truth, we are already there, and much of who we truly are remains an echo. The time beings of the Dragonfae, of whom I am one, know this, and guard and protect you from confusion. Similarly, they can assist you when you require time to be created. If you feel you are short of time, send a thought message to me, the guardian of time, and I will send you all the help you need to meet your goals within the time you feel you have. Know that time is available to work for and with you. You need only time. You need only tune into it as a dimensional reality and connect with the time beings. Call upon me to create the time you need, and call upon me when you wish to speed up too. Traveling will take a shorter time. Time will expand to assist you to meet the deadlines for pressing tasks, and arriving on time will be perfectly simple and easy, no matter the apparent obstacles. Above all, know that you are a timeless being. Know that you are dimensionally vast, that you are protected, cherished, and loved by the Time Guardian. From this time forth, you will become the time traveler you were born to be. That is part of all of your inheritance. About the Time Guardian. The Dragonfae Lord is a keeper of time. He arranges and rearranges its weavings and natural laws, dedicating portions to individuals that can expand and contract according to the will, the beliefs, and the measure of the heart of each being working with time. He is teaching us all to understand that time is indeed subject to its own special laws. His great lesson is this: if we work with time rather than trying to compartmentalize, control, and define it, if we return to the lunar and solar and astronomical ways, if we celebrate the time changes apparent in nature all around us with the will of the year, then the time span we have will be richer and more joyful. Our vacations will be discovered and will no longer struggle to cram so much into our days. Because changing our perceptions is such a mammoth task, the Time Guardian is sometimes very tired, as with the prevailing human mindset now is of time needing to be constrained and watched. He encourages us all to experience the natural flow of the energy we call time and experience its multi-dimensionality. There is one simple way to work with him: be in the present moment more often. Divinatory meanings: feeling pushed for time, that time is moving too fast or too slow, feeling left behind, or that all is moving forward so fast as we are no longer important or relevant. A need to ensure that natural timekeeping is kept. It is likely when this card comes up, you may have a theme of running late are of never having enough time, or of feeling that time is not on your side. Not so. Working with the Time Guardian, nothing would make you happier than to start to greet the sunrise, to enjoy the sunset, to diminish and dampen the unnatural sources of light in your home that give the appearance of a uniformity of time. Time changes, flows, and moves you interact and moves as you interact with it, rather than entering into a struggle against it. Grow closer to natural time. Give yourself a watch-free day soon, and begin to understand what time it is from the solar position, the moon cycle, and how you feel. It will help maintain an abundance of energy, and it also means that you will be in flow, making it impossible for you to be late or to what it is you are meant to be doing. Such beautiful words here. Such beautiful words. And I love how that kind of brings through the idea of, you know, we're such a go society, right? We got to be on the go all the time, that we don't necessarily slow down and take a step back to bring ourselves forward. We don't do that very often. And a lot of times, because of that, we put a lot of things away on the side, right? We put a lot of things away. We set them aside, you know, until we have time and energy to go back and deal with them. And then when that time and energy comes that we get to deal with them, emotions, feelings, thoughts, energies start coming out that we weren't sure where they were coming from before, right? We weren't sure. Y'all, some of you might know what I'm talking about with this one. You know, we start feeling these emotions, these energies, to where it's like, now because we have actual time, we are allowing ourselves time to deal with things that we have set aside. They're coming out here in the present. And I just feel that just flows so beautifully with what's going on here. It's kind of like now you're giving yourself this time and energy to deal with something that you hadn't actually dealt with before. You hadn't actually sat and allowed yourself to really connect with it before. It was kind of like something that you just kind of put on the wayside, you know, that now that you have time to stop and breathe, you're realizing how much it really kind of meant to you now. Anyway, that's just some ideas there that I'm sure I could be entirely wrong. That's just kind of what came up for me. What's more important is what comes up for you. And knowing with the Time Guardian on your side that you have time to digest and deal with, if only you allow yourself to become in synchronicity with the solar time and not so much the clocked time, but the solar time. Even if you do something small, I love the analogy. I love the idea of getting up and saying hello to the dawn and being present with the dawn. I was having this vision, this image that I was working a 9-to-5 job, and that this 9-to-5 job actually kept me, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock past the time when sunset was happening. And I was imagining myself walking outside and sitting with and giving myself that 15-minute break to sit with the sunset and watch the sunset and say goodnight to it. Isn't that amazing how, like, you don't even necessarily have to create a ritual out of it, but it's just more of like a traditional thing that you do, even if you gave yourself 5 minutes. But setting that intention that every morning you have time that every morning you can wake up every morning with the solar energies of the sun, and the dawn, and saying good morning. Those of you who are day people, I know not all of you are day people, but even for those of you who are more midday to nighttime people, what is that like to be able to go outside and sit with sunset and give yourself that time and space to appreciate the sun, to acknowledge and appreciate the sun? And that time where the moon begins to rise and come up, and giving yourself that time and energy, that time and space, allowing yourself that time and space to say, yeah, you know, I'm going to take 5 minutes out of my day to sit with the moon and watch it rise. Some food for thought, but I felt like that was just very interesting to share. So, that being said, we'll conclude now with any kind of feedback, any kind of information. You know, of course, this is a jewel for you specifically, Leos, to work with throughout your month, throughout this week, excuse me, the Time Guardian. But I always, well, not but, and, okay, and I always enjoy hearing feedback, or hearing if how the Time Guardian might have been integrated into your life if you've had time, you know. And don't pressure yourself. Sit with where you are. Be patient with that. Even if you just thought about the Time Guardian, sometimes just a second of thinking about it might just change your present moment in that moment. Okay? This is not something that you have to. A lot of people are like, you know, I just have all these things, I can't even begin to try to put 15 minutes in my day. You may not have to. Even if you just sat with the Time Guardian for a minute, even if you were in your mind washing your dishes and thinking about the Time Guardian, there's so many different ways in which you can do it. You don't have to sit in a corner and meditate. There's so many different ways if you just listen to your intuitive self and find that. And I'd love, if you feel like sharing, I'd love to hear that kind of feedback on how the Time Guardian might have worked with you, and how your relationship with the Time Guardian, and how bringing the Time Guardian's energy into your present situation might give you time to manifest whatever it is you are wanting to manifest into your world. To give how the Time Guardian might have given you time. It's just kind of perfect, to be honest. But yeah, so we'll conclude with that. And you know, I mean, if you feel like sharing, I am wanting to let you know in this video that I am pretty soon setting up a website, and on this website there will be a forum for each week. And the idea is that if you feel like sharing in this forum, please do. In this forum, it'll kind of be a guide, if you will, for what was spoke about each week, and the oracle guide that came through for the week, and kind of like being able to have that there as a reference in case you forget, in case you're someone who you don't have time to look at this video throughout the week, you kind of want to go back and kind of read about it. I'm kind of going to have that kind of set up for all my seekers. So it's going to be great, and it's going to be a space where you are going to be able to kind of come and share your thoughts and your feedback on your relationship to all of this. And I'm seeing this manifest right now, and I hope that you will delight in having interesting conversations. It's great to know feedback. I think it's great for not just myself, the practitioner, but for others out there to be able to kind of share and kind of have this circle and kind of know that they're not alone in it. So that's all I got for you, and I hope you have a blessed week regardless. And I hope your week is full of blessings, that it's full of enchantment, and I look to see you next week for the next reading. I hope Meta-Ascension.